Hi, I'm Deanna Burks. I am a brand and web designer and brand strategist. I have a new offer for My Signature, which is an email signature that is branded. You can use this in any of your email apps, including Gmail, Microsoft, Office 365, Apple Mail. You can set it up for your iPhone or iPad. There are several other options as well. The cool thing about it is it's not just an email signature. It is actually a whole suite of different apps that you can use and analytics that can help you track if you have links inside your signature. So you can see how well your email is performing, your email signature. I'm going to do a quick run through on how to set up your email signature and things you can and can't do. As a brand designer, one of the frustrations I have with email signatures is the fact that really no matter what you do, you can't have custom fonts inside your brand signature. And the reason is that the email programs, the email apps, Gmail, all of those will not recognize any hosted at fonts. So if you're familiar with coding, that'll make sense to you. But if you're not familiar with coding, just know that we're very limited to only web safe fonts, which are just a handful of maybe like 8 different fonts that you can choose from. So what you'll have to do is find a font that closely resembles your brand and use that instead. So as far as the general settings for the email itself, it's really comprehensive. It's got everything that you would need in it. I don't have all of the fields filled out just because I want to keep my email very simple. And the way that I have mine set up is just super straightforward. I don't want anything extra in my email that I don't need. As a matter of fact, I'm removing the based in Nashville as well. This is a custom field that I added. I didn't add a title to it just because I don't want to add that extra fluff to my email. I just want the basic details. And on this particular schedule a consult, this leads back. I have a link that it leads back directly to my website where they can schedule a session with me. And then I did add in this image. So this is like a little snapshot of my work or my brand style. And then down at the bottom, this is a QR code, and it won't show up like this. It just shows an example, but on your signature, that will be something that is scannable and you can share that with someone. The instructions for setting up your signature are very straightforward. You can add them to all of these different apps, and for each one it gives very specific instructions. They're all super similar, like I said. However, be sure to pay attention to the details where they tell you under your settings, make sure that this is clicked or unclicked depending on which provider that you're using. So moving on, we have the signature. You can go back to the editor and make edits if you want. There are tons of different features that you can add. You can add a banner. They have banner themes which you can pick from. I created my own banner inside of Canva, which is great to be able to use Canva with this. And then there are a couple of different layouts where you can add 2 images. So I used my logo and then a picture of myself. So that would be layout template 13 and 14, I believe. You can see there are a few different layouts depending on what your style is. I do like these more compact layouts, but for this design, I wanted to show you layout number 14. Now, if I switch to 13, you can see, but I like these better when they're side by side. So that gives you a good idea of that. If I switch to one of these, you'll see that it just removes the picture of me, and all of these layouts are really nice. I like them. I don't tend to like the centered ones as much. This one's really nice too. I like the line that divides the logo. So I think that one's really great as well. It's more compact, much easier to read. This one as well, very similar in style. So you have a lot of flexibility with the layout. The design, this is where you can pick your font. You can see that these are their website fonts. Of course, none of these are my favorite fonts, but they do work well. And then I keep the text color just as black so it's legible. You can add a border to it. And then also you can actually reorder these blocks. For example, if you wanted your name, your company name below, or you wanted to move this around, you could just easily click the arrows and then change things. And then it has an improve with AI. It's basically going to tell me to add my social media blocks on there, which I don't want to do. Just me personally, I recommend adding your social media blocks on there, but for me, I don't add those on. I have the ability to add marketplace on here. So there's some add-ons. There's some really great add-ons. Adding a sign-off is great, I think, because it allows you to skip a quick little step. You can always customize that though, if you prefer, and you can add a handwritten one if you like. If you want to draw, mine's not going to turn out that good, so I'm just going to stick with the typeset one. Then you can also add, if you have like retail links, App Store, eBay, etc., Google My Business, those are all great things that you can add in there if you have products for sale. My Page is another great one that you can add in there, and I actually have my page on there, so I will add my page on there, and then you can see that you can add the little icon for it, and then you can also add your social links if you want. So to add mine, I'll just show you really quickly how to do that. Then you would click on your actual profile, and then oops, go back over here, and then you can add your social links. I don't like to have something big like that on my page, so I'm not going to add this. I'm going to go ahead and just remove that. You can also add social icons as well, and that's on a different page. I'll show you that as well. If you have a disclaimer, there are confidentiality, data protection, e-commerce, GDPR, super important, HIPAA, and then you can add your own custom compliance. So this may be very important for certain people in certain industries. And then, of course, I have my business card added on there as well. And then you can change the size of it and then add padding to the top if you want. I'm actually going to remove my page and remove my business card as well. I just like it to be very clean and simple. Now, if we go back to the dashboard, actually, let me go back to the editor and make sure I've shown you everything. Images, we went through that already. Social links, you can add your social links right here if you want to as well. And then you can customize the colors for those if you want. They have multiple icons for several different apps that you can add. So pretty much anything that you want to add on there, you can add. If you had Calendly, your LinkedIn profile, pretty much everything you can add in. Okay, so the next one, we went through the add-ons, the design, and then the different templates already we've gone through. So we'll go back and take a peek one more time at the installation. So the instructions are very clear for each one that show you how to install per app. Okay, so you would copy it to your clipboard and then follow the instructions. And then there's also an HTML option as well, so that you can put it in other apps if you need to. Okay, now the other features that are on here besides the analytics and the signature are the pages. So you can actually create, this is like Linktree almost, if you're familiar with that. That was an Instagram based app where you could put your bio, a brief bio, and then some very important links on there if you want to. This is a very similar to the layout for the signature page, and you can customize the URL if you want to, and then you can add in different blocks. Same thing, marketplace, contact details, buttons, video conferences, and then add a link to your business card, which I have that on there already. If you want to add in Messenger, you could add that as well. In doing so, you would just add in a link. So either Messenger from Facebook, etc. Social media buttons, you can add those as well. And then you can type in your URL for that. And then you have some embed code as well. The embed code, there's some details here in the help on how to add HTML code, and that is basically what your embed code is. So I am going to go ahead and remove that and save that. Now you can see this is the mobile, this is the desktop version. So you can see what those look like. And then I'm going to hit save and publish. Now my page is actually live. And then if I want to share this, I can email it. I can also download this SVG, or I can send an email to someone. Send this to my husband. And you can share it on Facebook. And you can share it on Twitter as well. Downloading the PNG is great, or the SVG, because you can share that with people. You can save that on your phone, share it with people. If you need to go back to the editor and add anything else, you want to change themes, etc., you can change your background color. My theme is very simple, and I did use, they have a few more fonts on this because it is hosted. So you could potentially add your own custom branded fonts on here, I believe, just because this is a different type of app. It's not going through an email server. So this is a hosted page, and I do believe you can do that. I haven't done that yet, but this font matches closely to the fonts that I currently use on my website. They have some very complex themes that are not exactly my style, but I think that you may find something on here that you like as well. If you're not super handy with design, or you just find something that clicks with you, then that would be an easy way to set up your account. So I am sticking with what I have. And then the business cards, same thing, very easy user interface. I didn't put the title right here. I don't want to add that on there. So instead I just added my domain and added my name as the header. Added both my logo icon and my picture. And then the background color, I do want to change to a different background color, and then add the QR code. And then this QR code redirects to my page, which I've published already. So it's going to only show you the example of the QR code, but it's going to have your actual live QR code there. So I'm going to go ahead and save my card. And once I go back to the dashboard and I have added in my signature, I will start to see this analytics page begin to change as people begin to click on links, and so I can see where those are coming from. So it makes it useful for you to have analytics to see who is clicking on your links, and then how well that signature is working, or the different cards are working, so that you can do some testing, even if you want to have different signatures you can also do that and test and see which one works better. So hopefully this helps you out to understand what a great tool this is. It's $29, one-time fee. I think everyone is sick of subscription fatigue. So $29 one-time fee for Black Friday. And if you have any questions, you can email me about it. And if you need help with some further customizations, you can always reach out to me and hire me for that. Thanks so much.